With Saturday night's main event being less than a week away, I think it is now the perfect time to do some predictions. As always in these predictions video, I go over every match that is going to be on this card, and as always, I give my thoughts on how the match will play out, and inevitably who will win that match. But as always, you guys can debate me and just leave your thoughts down in the comments below, and as always, before we get anywhere into any video, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload, go follow the socials, links to those will be in the description of this video, that includes my Instagram account, my X account, do all that, helps me out a ton, and now let's get you guys straight into this week's Saturday night's main event predictions. Alright, now let's first talk about Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the Women's WWE Championship. Now this is a little bit of a tough one because WWE has obviously played out this Tiffany Stratton run throughout pretty much the entire year. So it's kind of hard for me to be like, okay, she's going to lose. So my prediction that I'm going to make, I'm not 100% sure on, but I lean more to that way. And who I predict here is going to be Jade Cargill, just because Jade Cargill is now newly a heel. This is the first time that we've seen a heel Jade Cargill in WWE, and Tiffany Stratton and Jade have already faced each other, but when Jade was a babyface. But now WWE made a change and made a whole new character out of Jade Cargill. So I think now that because they're doing that, I feel like you have to put this title on Jade Cargill. I feel like it really wouldn't make sense for Jade Cargill to lose here. I mean, and plus, I think this is it's either the second, this is the third time I'm pretty sure that Tiffany and Jade are facing each other for this title. So I think now is the perfect time to pull the trigger and have Tiffany Stratton lose. Now that pains me to say because I really rather see Tiffany Stratton, not because I hate Jade Cargill. I just really, I don't know, man. There's just something inside of me that says I don't think it's the right time for Jade Cargill. But I mean, maybe I'm wrong because now, like I said, we have a heel Jade Cargill, so maybe now it is the right time. We'll have to wait and see. We haven't seen too much from this heel Jade Cargill. I mean, she literally just turned heel, not even a week ago. By the time that I'm recording this, but yeah, inevitably, man, I think I do have to go with Jade Cargill winning this one. It only makes sense, and I just don't see. Unfortunately, I just don't see Tiffany retaining again here. I feel like Jade's gonna win, and probably Tiffany takes time off because she's been hard working pretty much the entire year. Maybe she doesn't take time off. Whatever the point is, it doesn't matter. The point is, my prediction here is inevitably Jade Cargill. Alright, and next up we do have Dominic Mysterio defending his Intercontinental title in a triple threat match between himself, Penta, and Rusev. And I think this, for me personally, is an easy one. I definitely think we are going to see a title change here. I think now is the time that we do see Dom lose. Now maybe we don't. I mean, I feel like WWE is. It's kind of hard to predict this one because there's either there's that ever looming presence that the El Grande Americanos, they're gonna come in and help Dominic Mysterio, or Dominic Mysterio is gonna cheat, or is gonna you can't necessarily cheat in a triple threat match, but he's gonna use some sort of shenanigans most likely. So there's always that ever looming presence. So it is kind of hard to predict this for me personally, but I'm gonna have to say that there is going to be a title change here, and that title change is going to put the Intercontinental title over on Penta. Now, why do I say Penta? I say Penta because he's pretty much very over in the WWE. He's a great in-ring star, and I think he would have a great run as Intercontinental Champion. Same with Rusev. So I think Rusev would do the same. I just don't think for Rusev it is the right time yet. I think we can still wait a few months before we put a title on Rusev. And Penta's been in Penta on his current run in WWE has been in longer than Rusev currently. So for that reason, I also think just put it on Penta instead of Rusev. That's no hate to Rusev. I think I like Rusev just as much as Penta, but I just think for right now, Penta is the right call. And Dominic Mysterio, man, like I said, there's always that presence that he's just gonna do some sort of shenanigans and then he's going to retain again. And honestly, if that's the case, I'm gonna be a bit pissed off because I just feel like that's kind of just the same format that we've seen throughout for the past few weeks with Dominic Mysterio, and the Intercontinental title division is just Dominic Mysterio, constantly doing shenanigans. I get it. He's supposed to be a modern day Eddie Guerrero, and sometimes I really don't mind it because sometimes it's actually pretty freaking funny. But I feel like it is getting to that point for me personally where it's just like, you know, I kind of want to see like a clean fight. Now that's kind of what I want here, but I don't know. Obviously, I don't really think we're going to get a clean fight. If we get a clean fight, that's really surprising, but I don't think we do. I think that definitely the El Grandes are probably going to interfere here. But even then, I think people might, some people, I don't know who those people might be, but they're going to maybe come out and help and stop the El Grandes from intervening. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know who that might be, but I just feel like that might be a possibility. But either way, man, inevitably, I do have Penta winning here. I think now is just the right time, and Penta would have a great reign. And like I said, he's just a great in-ring star. You put an Intercontinental title on him, he's going to have banger freaking matches. But yeah, I think inevitably here, I am going to have to say Penta. Now let's talk about Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the undisputed WWE Championship. This one, man, we need to go Drew here. We absolutely need to go Drew. WWE, do not let Cody retain. That is no hate from me to Cody. I freaking love Cody. I would love to see him stay champion, but in this case, the position that you guys have put him in, the stipulations that are ever looming, and the storyline that he's currently embedded in this storyline, we just need to see Drew McIntyre win here. If Drew McIntyre loses, man, I, as a wrestling fan, really start to lose hope in Drew McIntyre, man. And that's unfortunate, because that's what I don't want to do. I freaking love Drew McIntyre. I want him to win this title. He needs the title. He would do great things with this title. I think if he does not win this title, I think people just start to lose hope. Like I said, I am one of those people. Now, that could just be me, but I'm just saying, hey. But man, there's no reason for Cody to win this here, and I say that because, I mean, it just would not make sense. If you've just been paying attention to the storyline, you would understand it doesn't make sense. Now, I made a whole separate video on this. It is up on the channel now. I think it was titled WWE Needs to Capitalize on Drew McIntyre. So I talked more about this in that video, so I'm not going to go too in depth here. But yeah, just throwing that out there. But inevitably, man, I really think we need to see Drew McIntyre win this year. Now, overall, this is going to be a very good match, in my opinion. There's no way we get a bad match out of these two. We're definitely going to get a banger freaking match. Maybe, I don't know, I could possibly maybe see it being a DQ somehow, but that's obviously not what I'm hoping for. I shouldn't have even said that, because maybe I might have jinxed it. But that's kind of just a theory. But either way, man, if we have a clear winner, it should not be Cody Rhodes coming out of this still your champion. It just does not make sense, man. It would not make sense whatsoever. And inevitably here, Drew McIntyre, like I keep saying, man, he needs to win this. He needs to kind of finish his story, and also I talked about this in that video that I mentioned. I feel like there's always this ever looming presence of if Cody Rhodes is turning heel. Now, I think in order for Cody Rhodes to turn heel, he needs to lose this championship. If you ask me, I feel like Drew McIntyre needs to win, and then inevitably maybe Cody Rhodes crashes out and starts to do heelish things, and inevitably becomes that heel side of him. But I'm just throwing it out there. But anyways, man, inevitably, I do have Drew McIntyre winning this one here. All right, now the final match that is currently announced at the time that I'm recording this is CM Punk versus Jey Uso for that World Heavyweight Championship, obviously vacated by Seth Rollins. So who is going to win this match, man? Obviously, in reality, I think a lot of people would want CM Punk to win, but that's a want. I personally would want CM Punk to win as well. That's no hate towards Jey Uso. I love them both. I like them both equally, man. I think they're both great in the ring, and I would want to see either one of them as champion. But who is the more realistic answer? Who is the more what is the correct answer? Pretty much, for me personally, I would say honestly we need to see Jey Uso win this here. I think I say Jey Uso because if he wins this world title, the storyline that WWE has already been building upon for Jey Uso is kind of him being a mini Roman. He's kind of being that rise to power, trying to be that kind of like tribal chief type of thing. Now, in order to solidify that, I think Jey needs to win this title, because maybe then once he wins this, he's going to get greedy. He's going to start thinking everybody's lower than him. That includes his brother Jimmy Uso. That includes Roman Reigns. I feel like that is what WWE is inevitably leading into. And for any of that to happen, Jey Uso needs to win this world title. You can't just let him lose and then say he's better than everybody else because he just lost to CM Punk. That's not how that works. You need to have Jey Uso win this. You need to have him beat a guy like CM Punk, and then be world heavyweight champion, and then be a self-proclaimed best in the world. Yeah, either you just can't have Jay lose here, because if you do, I feel like that entire storyline gets thrown out, and then it was like, okay, what was the point of all that? Because I'm actually enjoying that storyline that they're building here with Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns and everything that's going on with Jay. I'm really enjoying all that, but everything gets thrown out the door when if CM Punk wins here, and that's what we don't want. CM Punk, your time will come. Trust, CM Punk's time will come. I would absolutely love to see CM Punk win here, but we need to really be thinking about storylines here. And if we're thinking about storylines, it just has to be Jey Uso. Any way you look at it, it needs to be Jey Uso inevitably coming out on top here. So my final prediction here is going to be Jey Uso wins at Saturday night's main event, beats CM Punk, and becomes that World Heavyweight Champion, and inevitably turns into a mini Roman. Alright, everybody, well, that is it for this Saturday night's main event predictions. There might be more matches that are announced, but at the time that I'm recording this, those were all the matches. So, as always, be sure to leave me your thoughts on my thoughts and just debating my thoughts down in the comments below. And as always, before we get out of here, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. Go follow the socials. Links to those will be in the description of this video. That includes my Instagram account, my X account. Do all that. Helps me a ton. And I will catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace.